Hey everyone, welcome to the Copychat Show. This is a solo show, and I'm your host, Todd Jones. And the Copychat Show, we talk about content marketing, copywriting, and digital marketing. And today I want to kind of piggyback off of something that my friend John Locke talked about on his video podcast, and I will have the link to that podcast in the show notes below. But he asked a question or talked about why you shouldn't copy someone else's content. Website content is what he's referring to. Now, I have some colleagues who have had their entire site ripped off. It's infuriating if that's happened to you. The work you go put into it, and they rip everything off and maybe change the name or something like that. That is just totally wrong on so many levels. But what I'm going to talk about is the text part of content, which we tend to refer to as copy. So this is why you shouldn't copy someone else's website copy, if you will. Now, John talks about content, and I presume he's mostly talking about copy, but certainly there are other parts of content that could be stolen, or if that's kind of what people tend to refer to it as, stolen content. He makes very good case for why you should not copy someone's content. He talks about it from an SEO perspective. He talks about it from a reputation standpoint, and in general, just as a business owner, why you shouldn't steal or copy someone else's content. But I'm going to talk about it as the content and the copy part of it. And I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why you should not copy someone else's website copy for your own business. The first one, I think, is a pretty solid reason for anybody who's ever taken college classes or been to college. It's really referred to as plagiarism. We have seen examples in the public eye of speeches that have been copied. And that's basically what you're looking at. It's a plagiaristic. In the academic world, when you are caught with plagiarism, they kick you out. They expel you. So it's really considered its integrity, and it is being lazy. So I think it's really what's the word? It's very tempting to just say, hey, well, their business is just like mine. I'll go ahead and copy what they're doing. Or maybe you hire a copywriter and that's what they do. But don't let them do that. Don't hire somebody who's going to copy someone else's website copy. And I'm going to tell you in a minute how you can keep that from happening. So stay with me to the end for that. But the second reason that you shouldn't copy someone else's website copy is you don't know if that copy is actually successful. So you're copying someone's website copy. You think they're a successful business owner, you think their website's copy is doing great, and you steal it, you copy it, and you're like, but you don't know if that copy is working for them. Are they getting leads from that copy? Are they persuading their users? So this is something that people don't think about. So you're copying somebody, but are you copying somebody who's at the top of the industry, or somebody who appears to be at the top of the industry? Really, they aren't. Or not only that, but they're just the copy just isn't working very well. It's not being very persuasive. It's not generating leads. And after all, and we talked about this in, I think, the very first episode of the Copychat Show, your website copy is not just for information. We are in an age now where when you do website copy, it should be more than about information. You should be concerned with persuading and convincing people to sign up, to subscribe to your email newsletter, to contact you for, a quote, those kind of things, instead of just information. So the true test of success for website copy is, are you getting success with contacts and leads and that kind of thing? The third reason you shouldn't copy someone else's website copy is context. By that, I mean every business has its own context. So they may have a business like yours, but they're in a different market, and the market has a totally different mindset about what's important to them and so forth, and it may not translate to your market or to your audience. So you're really taking you're swinging for the fences on something that you very well will completely whiff on. So, and I go back to the fact that you're not really copying somebody else's copy. You're actually stealing it, for that matter. But so, as if you're a web or business owner and you have a website and you want to make sure you hire someone who is not going to copy someone else's content or website copy, how can you ensure that they don't do this? Research. Are they asking you hard questions about your company, about your company's target market? Are they speaking and doing interviews with with your with your customers? Are they diving into that kind of research? If they go straight to writing, there's a very good chance that they may actually do what you're afraid they're going to do. So if they're not spending time researching uh, the language of your customers, talking about your product, or even about your product or service, those things, they should be spending a significant amount of time deciding on that information before they ever start writing anything. So that will ensure that they don't steal something, because they're actually speaking to your audience and your customers using their language rather than somebody else's that was written for another site. So that is one way you can ensure that they're not going to copy someone else's content. So I believe that you should not, I just think it's a no-brainer that you don't copy someone else's content. And I would go so far as to call it stealing, because I think that's what you're doing. But it is lazy. It's plagiarism. You don't know if it's successful. You have no frame of reference unless they showed you numbers, and it doesn't take into account your own context, your own business, because so you're actually swinging for the fences for something that may just be a strikeout. So take the time to do your own copy for your website. Take the time to help your website copywriter do the research that he or she needs to do the appropriate website copy work. So, and don't rely on someone else for that. You may be relying on the wrong person. So anyway, that's my thought about why you shouldn't steal or copy other people's website copy. I want you to encourage you to go listen to John's video, and because he says things I don't say, and I wanted to do this video to say things that he didn't say. And so between the two videos, you should be able to get a sense of some really solid reasons why you shouldn't go down that route. You should be doing your own content. So thanks for joining me today on the Copychat Show for this solo show. We'll have some more shows coming out in the future, and be good, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you next time.